Hello. So this is wakan tanka. It's just a practice piece really. I was going to throw it away, which I do sometimes. I'm holding this camera by the way, so if it's wobbly that's why. Yeah, I often do throw it away. But this one, when I'd finished it, it just had a kind of an energy and I just liked it really. Didn't like it enough to put it up with my usual pieces, so I decided to put it at a special price, as it says there on the screen. So wakan tanka, here we go. So it's just playing with colours and shapes and things like that really, and kind of initially I knew what I wanted it to be. Wakan tanka means the Great Spirit. It's a Native American term. So there you go, I'm splashing the old reds and oranges and stuff like that, with a little bit of dark at the top. I remember when I started this dark, I thought I don't really want the reds and the yellows. A little bit of yellow would be nice, but I wanted it darker. I wanted it to be more powerful. So it took on 2 or 3 different kind of lots of energy, and eventually it did become much darker, more powerful. Excuse me, throat. It's evening time and I'm tired, you know. So I'm using a multitude of brushes there, different colours, just blending them just to get some sort of rough shapes. I'm more drawing than painting really. I'm just sort of laying things out roughly how they may be in the finished product. So I'm doing just some, not even clouds really, just shapes and stuff like that, just settling on things how they may be. I think the bushes there, they remained at the end. Obviously they became more colourful, but also with the sort of raw umber colour to produce a little bit of bark and some things like that. There's some nice red going in there. And now I'm just drawing out a kind of a mountain range really. Should have got a drink, shouldn't I, before I started this, but you know. Yeah, so it's just a rough idea, that is. I remember I fiddled around now. Look, see there, I'm fiddling around. I wanted this to be a particular shape, and I did get there in the end, but it took like 3 or 4 goes. Hence speeding this up. And this is just called blocking in really. You just block in and kind of making up your mind where you want shrubs, trees, whatever you might want. Just adding a bit of light and shade there just to give it some interest and some depth of colour. Yeah, so there you go, wakan tanka. So this will be up, I think it's on the 27th anyway of September. I'm just setting out the, mostly it's the height of the clouds really where it's going to kind of come to, start from, and then chopping and changing different colours around and different shapes of clouds, things like that. Is that better? I just moved the camera up, I realised I was looking up in the air for some reason. I love doing my art. Absolutely love doing my art. Art is such an expression of the person, isn't it? You get a glimpse of their soul. You know, it can be a very personal thing. Putting a piece of art out there is like putting a piece of yourself out there for people to either like or not like. It's up to them. I don't normally put a piece up that I'm not happy with. As I say, this piece, it was a practice piece essentially, But the end product I actually quite liked. I didn't like enough to put it up, as I say, with my regular pieces, but I just thought I'd put it up a special price. You'll see it anyway. But yeah, it's it's about giving a piece of yourself away. You know, it's kind of like an insight into the person in some respects. Just adding colour, adding form. I love obviously blue and red make purple, so I love mixing the blues and the reds and seeing what sort of shades and things that I can get of purple. You can get burgundies and lights and darks. Just kind of mapping out rough shapes of clouds. These didn't make it into the final sort of cut really, they've become much darker, much heavier. But I wanted I suppose in some respects I wanted the underpainting to be there, because you just get little flecks of that colour coming through. The whole idea is it's turning into night, but very, very quickly. So you've got the yellow grading up through the reds and the oranges and the darks up into the purples and blues. As I say, it didn't turn out like that in the end, but it's I wanted those colours to be there, because those colours, yeah, they would be there underneath. Oh, you see what I've done there? I've done a load of white, and the whites became black as well. But those colours, you know, number one, they gave me an idea of kind of roughly where the clouds are going to be, but they just set the tone really, the evening tone. Now I think I've speeded this up 5 times, something like that, so you can imagine how long it took. And if you have a look there in the yellow, you can see that's the start of the rain coming down at a particular angle. Let's have a look there. There we go. So I made this time lapse for a couple of different reasons really. 3 or 4 people said that they really enjoyed my time lapse that I recently did, which was a great big oak tree. And somebody said, was it Bridget Salters or somebody said, I can never remember people's names, somebody said, more of the same please. So this is more of the same. Just blocking in now, getting some colour into the kind of foreground, because obviously the mountain or the hill range or whatever you want to call it, that's it's a mixture between the yellow and what would be the land. So I just needed the green just to sort of bring you right up into the foreground kind of thing. I've got a few little shrubs going on there. They did remain in the final painting. But yeah, I find it so peaceful doing my art, so relaxing. Puts me in a good place as well. I kind of see it as a meditation. I know that I've said that before. I think it is a meditation in many respects. And what I tend to do, what you don't see prior to commencing a piece of work, is to do all the nice things. You know, we go out, we play ball, me and Bodie, so he's had his fun. He's tired. He normally goes to sleep for a couple of hours when I'm doing my work. He's had some food, plenty of water. There's always food and water down for him. I've normally had a drink. Sometimes I've had a fag, something to eat, whatever. And in the background, obviously we've got it on silence now, but in the background sometimes I listen to audio books, sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I listen to YouTube videos. You know, and sometimes, I don't know what I do really, just play a CD I suppose. I do like, I like listening to things that are not too taxing. Take That Harm perhaps, Ramdas, people like that. Just listen to audio books. Just kind of working on some tree bark there. It's a very, very fine script liner brush, that one. Just putting some little branches in. Now this will be green eventually. This is just the underpainting for what is a little grassy bank, and you'll see why in a minute. Just gotta move the camera because I grabbed my vape. Have a little vape while we're watching the paint be splashed about. A lot of the painting is about getting the shadows correct before I start working on grass and things like that. So that sky is now very, very moody. Now you must watch out for a time lapse from me called Zentangle. Zentangle. AUM Zentangle. I worked on a painting for 3 days on Zentangle, and I love it. Just doing some intricate work there. You'll see what that is in a minute, it will become clear. And I'm vaping, if you're interested, Vimto or Vimto flavour. My friend, the glorious Mr. Sir Long, will be very proud of me for vaping. I got a friend, the glorious Mr. Long. Now, he was a smoker and spending quite a lot of money on smoking. And he watched me, before we met, he watched me vape. I was vaping my silver truncheon. It was huge, but anyway, it kind of inspired him, and he thought, I'm going to give up the fags and go on to vaping. and it's the best thing he's ever done. Not only does he save money, he's running every single London Marathon since. I'm lying, but he is saving money. He likes doing the old vaping. Good on him. Good on you, John. I'm spending a bit of time there on that. Can you see what they are yet? Move your hand. Anyway, there, whatever you want to call them, teepees, wigwams, bivouacs, whatever. Hopefully this is going to show up alright. It's looking very dark. I'm just looking at the camera there. It's looking very dark. On the 13th of September I've got 5 pieces coming up, a big one and 4 small ones. They'll be on my eBay, 13th of September. This video here you won't see for a few more days yet. And today, as you see, is the 12th. So tomorrow, 5 pieces. Have a look at my eBay. Links are in the description box as normal, which is just ISHI ART on eBay. I've got some new brushes. I just this is a set that I bought previously and I really like them. I tend to wear my brushes out fairly regular, so I like to use new brushes, and I was just looking at all 3 there, making my mind up which one would be best. Obviously this is lightning, so we've got the white lightning there, and I just changed my mind. I wanted it, it's a blue, it's a washed out blue, but I thought it would really work. There you go, so we're getting on with it now. Got to add some rain. So some rain and some foliage to come. Change the colour of one of the grass banks as well, just to put it a different kind of perspective on. There was 3 lots of green really, and I thought no, I want it a different colour, so I just lifted the shade slightly. If only I could paint like this in real life this quick. Imagine. Anyway, if I could say hello to Lisa, Lisa's a bit poorly, so get well soon, Lisa. And also Marion, I've sent you, or left a couple of voicemails for you, you seem to have disappeared. Get well soon, Marion. So there's a final piece. What do you reckon? Do you like it or not? For me, it just wasn't a completed painting. Just didn't really touch what I normally do. Thank you very much for watching, as it says there. Be well. I'll be back soon. Take care. Be well.